We're going to start with this. Iran, now closer than it has ever been to a nuclear bomb. As the world grows more and more unstable, the International Atomic Energy Agency making a rare public warning about Iran's nuclear program, telling the world that Iran's terrorist government is tripling its nuclear output, saying Iran already has enough 60% highly enriched uranium for 3 nuclear weapons in the material we're further enriched using a short 2-week process. If the material, I should say. We get this update as the Middle East continues to collapse. Israel fully occupied in Gaza and fighting back Hezbollah attacks from Lebanon to the north. And Iranian proxies launching over 100 attacks against U.S. troops in the region, as well as crippling international shipping in the Red Sea. The bottom line is there is a huge risk of escalation, potentially into a world war, and now we see Iran closer than ever to getting a nuclear bomb. American political incompetence is to blame here. Former Senator Joe Lieberman is a foreign policy expert and longtime Iran watcher, and he joins me now. Sir, it's good to have you on. Your reaction to this rare public warning from the IAEA?
Well, thanks, Rob. Good to be with you, and thanks for your focus on this, because in my opinion, Iran is the greatest threat that America faces in a world that's full of threats to America. The IAEA, International Atomic Energy Agency, report and warning about Iran is very significant because they haven't always been that aggressive or proactive toward Iran. So if they see enough to issue this warning, it's serious. And it ought to really, their warning ought to reach to first to Washington. It certainly already is understood in Tel Aviv, but it also ought to reach to all the European and Arab capitals of the world, because all those countries are in the sight, the target of the Islamic Republic of Iran. And today, Rob, I'm afraid, based on a lot of weak policy, beginning with this administration in Washington toward Iran, Iranians don't fear the United States. Yeah. And unless we put some fear into them, one day soon they'll not only be trying to kill our soldiers in the Middle East, they will be developing nuclear weapons with which they will threaten not only our allies in the Middle East, but us. Yeah. They can do it.
And they could have these, it sounds like the concern is that this could happen rapidly at this point. I want to bring in former CIA analyst Fred Fleitz, who says the Biden administration made a secret deal with Iran that put us in this position. Fred, give me your perspective. Go ahead.
It's good to be here. It's such an honor to be on with Senator Lieberman. Look, 60% uranium is very dangerous, and the IAEA said that Iran is going to be enriching at this level at a greater rate. But in mid-November, before they started this, the Institute for Science and International Security said Iran can make 6 bombfuls of enriched uranium in just a month. And making this even worse, Iran didn't enrich at 60% at all before the Biden administration. And this past spring, the Biden administration agreed to a secret deal that allows Iran to enrich to 60%. It's a secret, unwritten deal. That way the Senate can't review it. This deal also included the prisoner swap.
Right.
So I don't know how one could typify foreign policy incompetence more than what we're seeing from the Biden administration and Iran.
And Fred, real quick, I'm trying to get the timeline on this. Our sources are telling Newsmax that Iran could potentially make what's called a dirty bomb in just a matter of weeks. Does that align with you?
Iran could make a dirty bomb now. That basically is using nuclear material and blowing it up with conventional explosives. Even if Iran enriched to 90% weapons grade, it would probably take about a year to have a nuclear warhead it could test. That's not much consolation. I don't want Iran that close to having a nuclear weapon, and it's getting very close.
Yeah, and it could be, as if it's a dirty bomb, it could be a lot sooner than that. Senator, I want to ask, how much of the blame do you put on your own political party, or I should say, I guess, the Democrat Party, for the current situation that we're in, the Obama administration and now the Biden administration?
Well, unfortunately, the Obama and Biden administrations deserve blame for this because they've had a mistaken, naive, in my opinion, dangerous attitude toward the Iranians, that somehow you could trust them and make a deal with them and they would behave better. You just got to listen to what the mullahs in Iran, going right up to the Supreme Leader Khamenei, say. They hate us. They hate our way of life in America, and they want to destroy us if they can. So you can't make deals, agreements that you can trust with people like this.
No.
I go back to what I said a few minutes ago, Rob. This is not going to get better. It's going to get worse unless the Iranians fear us. Incidentally, they're not the bullies that they make out to be, because like a lot of bullies, if in fact we hit them now for all they're doing, and I mean hit them in Iran, for all they're doing in the Middle East against our allies and against our troops there, trying to kill our soldiers there, if we don't hit them hard in Iran, they're going to just keep going. And one day soon they're going to have a nuclear weapon. But if we do, I think they'll think twice about it. And to me, only strength is the answer here. We've got it. It's time for America to use it.
We haven't used that strength in quite some time. We're not feared. That is for certain. Senator, thank you so much. Fred Fleitz, good to have you on. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks, Fred.